Then, so probably you somehow sense that things are happening around food innovation. Then let me explain why. And this is very important. So many people think that food tech is a buzzword. Maybe it will disappear in 2 or 3 years, but our belief is not. I will explain why. So before jumping into that, so let me show you the investment, what is increasing. So as you can see, food tech investment is skyrocketing over the last 5 years. And then the area of investment is not only production, like alternative protein. So many people probably know that beyond the meat, so like achieve the probably one of the highest like market value right after IPO. So, but not only production side, but also shopping side, delivery side, and then also cooking and eating side. So actually investment happens all across value chain of food. So as you can see, so food innovation is really hot these days. So actually, but this information is usually public. So, but on top of that, what we see quite interesting is the number of conferences since 2015. Since then, so we observe more and more conference or gathering about food innovation. So which means, so new food through tech and science is emerging. So this year, we have counted how many conferences can be food tech innovation. Then we counted 50. So can you imagine 50 conferences about food tech? Maybe some people first heard about food tech today, but now, so almost every month, everywhere, food innovation is being discussed. This is the situation. So the reason why so discussion is hot is two elements. One is the social issue and food. So the other aspect is a diversified value of food. Sorry, I sit down. So this is the two reasons. So let me first talk about the social issue and food. So this is quite straightforward for you guys. So many people start understanding that like Greta Chan, so claims that the world is not sustainable nowadays. And the many issues are nowadays created by human, like food waste, and then increasing population, protein crisis, malnutrition, food desert stuff. So I don't explain by each one one by one, but these are the issues which people created. And then many people claim that we have to solve. So SDGs goal, 17 goals, is actually not a CSR. It's more like it should be the core strategy. It's a message from business leaders or government leaders all over the world. In Japan, unfortunately, the recognition is still as a part of CSR, but we should definitely change it. So this is an underlying or entry ticket for food innovation. Many people probably can understand, but what we see, why so hot about food innovation is this chart. So on the left hand side is a value consumer so obtain from food nowadays or over the last 50 years. Okay, quick food, quick cooking, less expensive, tasty one, healthy food, high quality food, or safety of food. But thanks to that offering, so we actually have a really great day-to-day life. So people do not nowadays suffer from hunger actually in Japan, and we can access to the great food anytime, anywhere, right? But if we take a look at the right-hand side, are we really happy? Are you fully satisfied with the day-to-day food? Please count in your head. So weekly you eat 21 times of food. How many of you are fully satisfied with 21 times of food? Are you all satisfied with all the foods? Maybe not. So that's the reason. The reason why we think so is that food has a diverse value. Okay, some people want to spend more time on cooking, or some people may want to discover more food, or some people want to eat because they want to communicate, connect with people, or avoid being alone. Or recently, people start recognizing the vegan or flexitarian. The new principle, new food principle is quite like important. Not just for like a sort of like a philosophy. It's more like a style. So however, these needs have been neglected over the last 50 years because they are so siloed, small. And then from mass marketing point of view, it's not a reachable market. But now, after such needs are fulfilled by great tech and the great value chain, people start framing, okay, we want to know about food. We want to be more happier about food. But there was no way to reach to them because they are not visible in the market. But great news is that tech and science. Technology cost and the science cost has been drastically decreasing over the last 5 years and then over the last 3 years. So tech cost is really like decreasing. By doing that, better sensing tech, better science tech enable us to understand people, stress level or status, or cooking, what you eat, how you feel. Through that, so on the right hand side is now approachable. So this is a very, very, very important underlying trend why food innovation is so hot. And then actually the value of the diversified value of food is being discussed. So as you can see, this is the presentation at SKS 2 years ago. So she mentioned about, okay, think beyond convenience, efficiency, and taste of food. And then recently, so Panasonic announced a prototype that, okay, miso making kit. How many of you have ever heard this fermentation? First time? Okay. So this is actually the device. Panasonic made this device. It monitors the temperature of miso. And then Marukome provides a miso kit. But typically, miso making process is quite time-consuming and complicated. So it takes 6 months or so. And then once temperature goes beyond the standard, it's done. But this device allows people to handle fermentation. And then at the same time, so people understand about fermentation. So such product has never so emerged before. But now, because people see more value or wider value on food, such product is now being accepted.
So maybe you remember the diagram in the video. So these are the theme we addressed in the Smart Kitchen Summit in last August. So unfortunately, we cannot explain all of the stuff here. I think it will take like 2 days or so. I can pick some stuff from here. And the first is food for well-being, and in other words, food as medicine. So this, Hiro explained that we have now easy access to the science and also biotechnology. So what's happening especially in the US right now is like this. So now you can check your blood and gene and biome and vital data, and you have like wearable devices or you have like testing services for these stuff. And then what is happening right now is, so sequencing cost is very, very low right now. Then after sequencing this data, the analysis and interpretation occur, and then we would like to have some solution. Okay, so this is looks complicated, but just imagine you have like obesity issue. So you may be going like diabetes or something. That's a very big issue in the US, especially. And then a lot of people want to check what kind of the exercise will work for them and what kind of eating behavior they should really need to have. And then these players, they're all the startups, so they do the services. So you put some the vital data to them, and then they analyze and they send you the report. And then they say what kind of exercise you should do and what kind of recipe or what kind of food you should take. So this is a very important thing, because most of the products in Japan right now is doing just only the interpretations, only, not solution stages. Because it kind of hit to the medical solution. It is really hard to do for the private sector. But in terms of the diet or losing your weight, they are cultivating these services right now. So this is an example of one service called Habit. So you drink some juice, so we created, and then they can tell you what's your body, how your body will absorb the fat, for example. And then they will show you what kind of exercise you run 10 minutes in this pace or whatever. And then unfortunately, they have not been able to do it, but they're aiming, they do the meal delivery services. So this is quite logical services. And this type of the services is really happening in the US right now. And this is about the tea. And maybe some of you have heard about the personalization. And I will show you the video, so what kind of services they're offering right now. So this is a tea server for the Chinese tea and also herbal tea. So these are the people who are really conscious about their wellness condition.
It's headache after drinking too much. Next.
Yeah. So they would rather go to the Chinese tea or herbal tea rather than coffee. In terms of the Chinese tea, you really need to control the temperature and also the brewing time. So that device will help you to do the white brewing, the Chinese tea. Yes. Yeah, so the point was, so yes, so you use a tablet and there's some questionnaires. So what your skin condition and what's your lifestyle, and then they can advise what kind of the Chinese tea you should drink, and then this device can brew the tea in a perfect way. So this is the kind of example of personalized the tea services. This is kind of smart.
Yeah, and also important thing is you remember that on the video, so people put the information how you feel. This is exactly information. So we couldn't get before, but now through iPhone or through smartphone, that kind of personal situation related information is available, right?
So these startups have a lot of the user data. What kind of lead they actually take, and what was the results. So yeah, this is what's happening. And this is about the recipe. So in it is a recipe website, and they can do a lot of things. But the point is, so if you have some the discipline or principle or health condition, what you want to do, the low cholesterol, or what you want to avoid it because of allergy or whatever. And then they can pick the right match food for you, for your cooking.
This is one of the best service I've ever seen
in
the world. Yeah.